You're watching Rurouni K95's anime review on Call Me Tonight. Hi Ruronis, this is your pal Rurouni K95 here. Today's anime review, we're going to be reviewing the OVA from the Pink Noise series, Call Me Tonight. Call Me Tonight, aka Pink Noise Volume 1 of the 4, the others are forgettable and have been forgotten, were produced by AIC, who is known for the work on Outlanders and Bubblegum Crisis, and Sea Moon in 1986, was one of the first to have a real story and music, and to be erotically suggestive rather than outright pornographic. A romantic horror comedy rather than a sadistic rape murder fest. Some copies have like Bandai Visual, some have Sea Moon. Five Girls Apartment Coupe in a big city, not specifically Tokyo, has stated a Madonna telephone sex service. Rumi Natsumi, telephone name Suko, is the leader. Emi and Yuki complain to her that a client, teenager Ryu Sugiura, is too weird for them. He claims that now he has been developed sexually masturbating or other sexual or inappropriate arousal make his body mutate into a giant monster with lots of teeth and tentacles, ripping his clothes to shreds. He can't afford to go buying new clothes. Rumi goes to meet him in a coffee shop and suggestfully prods him to demonstrate. He freaks out the other patrons. Rumi takes him to a movie theater. However, showing a scary horror movie, like a sci-fi horror movie, and they learn that the fear has the same effect on him. There are visual references in Call Me Tonight to American horror like Weird Tales magazine and the horror novels of Frank Belknap. Rather than being horrified, Rumi takes as a challenge. She tries to make him develop a self-control that seeing some adult stuff related or frightening won't turn him into a monster. She takes a shower with him just outside. She shows him adult magazines. She stands in the rain to make her clothes see through. What they don't know is that the two who were in the coffee shop, butch lesbian named Maki Nohara and his weaker boyfriend underling Hayata, have followed them. Maki is a horror fan and who wants to know what's going on, and Maki and Hayata are met by Maki's sister Oyuki, a teenage dominatrix and high schooler. Maki is excited about discovering a monster or maybe an alien, but Oyuki is more interested in the girl in their photo. She recognizes Rumi as a first-year student in her high school. Oyuki, who apparently doesn't take Maki seriously, later confronts Rumi and her orders to turn Ryu over to her. Rumi doesn't, so Oyuki and her motorcycle gang capture Rumi and Rio. They go Rio, however you want to pronounce it. They go to an abandoned building where Rumi is turned over to the motorcycle gang to rape. Very evil, isn't it? Speaking of which, and she takes Ryu into a motorcycle to a room to seduce him. Meanwhile, Hayata has seen them and he telephones Maki, and who sets out with a bazooka to rescue Oyuki. Ryu turns into a monster, like a Urotsukidoji type monster, like the Chojin type monster. Much more fearsome than Oyuki expects, with multiple horrific heads so feral that Rumi is afraid he's lost his mind and will kill all of them as his vengeance. Maki arrives and blasts Ryu through a wall and out of the building, but he climbs back in. The monster pursues everyone up to the roof. Rumi confronts him, forcing Ryu to confront and battle himself. He remembers that an alien monster collector has taken over his body and looking for other Earth monsters. As a certain reference to The Fly or The Thing or any other horror movie what we see in Call Me Tonight. Ryu's getting emotionally excited, turns his body over to some of the monsters within. Ryu develops enough control to return to human. In the epilogue, Oyuki has joined the Madonna telephone alt service. When she gets turned on, now it's she who turns into a monster. And we see the horror movie puzzle of Fright Night in that movie. No reason is given, though the viewer cannot rationalize one. Presumably, Ryu wasn't encountering any Earth monsters, and the alien collector gave up on him and transferred into Oyuki's body. Call Me Tonight was in its way of it's nice to have it available on home video such as Laserdisc and VHS only, but it never got a DVD for some reasons if it was released by Media Blasters or Discotek or any anime home video company. Funny little world, isn't it? Speaking of which, this anime has basically, whenever the character Ryu in the Anime OVA Call Me Tonight sees an adult magazine or gets aroused by the girl Rumi, he transforms into like some kind of monster, like an Urotsukidoji type monster. Like now if this was Urotsukidoji, Legend of the Overfiend, then I would have been compelled to a hentai. If there was any one, which is one has more gore and more shock and stuff into other animes, either Call Me Tonight or Urotsukidoji, Legend of the Overfiend. But it's Call Me Tonight. It's a tame version because it's more different than Urotsukidoji, Legend of the Overfiend. So the thing about Call Me Tonight, however, because Wikipedia has more useless than it doesn't have any plot about the story about the anime. This young man's name is Ryu, and he is assistant to get in touch with whoever is in charge of a telephone communications Madonna, a girl named Rumi who initially goes under an alias and is the head of the party line and is the one that Ryu is searching for. Good thinking on the alias and safety as particulation is always smart. Ryu's request for help in the meantime is that the first odd and may just be some offhand creepy caller, but don't worry folks, he is such a sweet guy. A sweet and genuine guy. With very disturbing issue. Now here is Ryu's problem. Every time he gets turned on or see something adult things, whenever he does masturbates, he becomes an animal, literally. No, literally. His clothes rip to shreds and his body changes and becomes more monster-like than human, like Urotsukidoji type. Like Urotsukidoji, Legend of the Overfiend type monster he becomes. Because the poor boy has one heck of a sex drive. Kind of similar to the Incredible Hulk, but instead of rage, it's all his hormones that are all out of whack. Almost as if he is possessed. Well, Rumi agrees to help and meets Ryu and the rest on the OVA. Call Me Tonight is like a romantic horror OVA anime, which is probably part of the first volume on Pink Noise. Call Me Tonight, more in the line that Etheria is almost like an over-the-top horror version of those times in our lives what we feel out of place. Funny little world, isn't it? Speaking of rare and forgotten anime to tell a story like this, but it may have been some other meaning, but I am sticking with my gums on this one. And would you believe Call Me Tonight has a happy ending too? Because this may be like been a trivia, what you see in to other horror movie fans, like you see the Fright Night movie puzzle poster in the movie, in the what we see in the anime OVA Call Me Tonight. I mean, really, Call Me Tonight has a horror movie poster on Fright Night, as what we expect. That's why. Because Call Me Tonight is the kind of strange show that sells itself easily by its premise. It promises titillation and weirdness, but it doesn't quite deliver on either. Or for viewing of fans of the macabre or horror and anime, that's why. But now, because it's made by AIC, the anime studio who worked on Bubblegum Crisis and Oh My God, the Oh My Goddess OVAs, as well as the other Oh My Goddess anime series like Oh My Goddess 2005 anime series and Flights of Fancy. Oh, and they also worked on Outlanders, I forgot to mention. Oh, and also Bubblegum Crisis Tokyo 2040, forgot about that. The character design in Call Me Tonight was made by Kumiko Takahashi, who worked on Witch Hunter Robin and the anime from the Rumik world, Mermaids Scar OVA, which I forgot to mention. That's because it's the character design. Because I really love the character designs, because it's like a retro, old school 80s anime from what you see on the home video era. Because Call Me Tonight is never been released on DVD in America, because it's only available on VHS and laserdisc only, which is probably in Japan, because it's probably one of those rare and forgotten OVAs what they remember watching back in the 80s. The thing about Call Me Tonight is basically a remastered from other OVA, like a C-grade horror movie, you know, and such. So let's see. This features Toshi. The cast on one of the cast from Call Me Tonight anime were on Mobile Suit Gundam, your Urusei Yatsura, Ranma 1/2, and Mobile Suit Gundam Seed Destiny, which every other anime cast in the anime OVA Call Me Tonight. Let's see. Toshihiko Seki. He's known for anime such as known for Illa Kill, Nintama, Rantaro, Naruto Shippuden, Ocean Waves. Oh, and he also did the voice for Moose in Ranma 1/2, which I forgot to mention about the anime OVA Call Me Tonight. So the thing about Call Me Tonight is basically it's one of those like rare and forgotten OVAs. When it comes to like old anime that are these OVAs, that's why. Because I know it features Rumiko Ukai, who is also in Brigadoon Marin and Milan, Urusei Yatsura, and Mobile Suit Gundam 0079, as well as Katsumi Toriumi, who did Mobile Suit Gundam Seed Destiny and the Japanese version of Pokemon, as well as Kenichi the Mice Disciple, Fate Zero, and everything else she's in. So that's going to be it for my anime review on Call Me Tonight. Thanks for watching, but before we go, here's my quick thoughts. I'm pretty sure that if Call Me Tonight will get a DVD and Blu-ray somehow with English subtitles. Hope subscribe for content. My anime plan link in the description down below. You can share this video on your Twitter and Facebook if you have Twitter and Facebook account. Be sure to give this video a thumbs up. Please leave in the comments on what anime should I review next. Be sure to give this video by clicking the like button on this video as well. Please check out my other videos by clicking the notifications bell button. Check out my other videos as well. Please subscribe to my channel, RurouniK95. Feel free to join as well. And that's all I have to say for this anime review. So keep it otaku for this anime review on Call Me Tonight. This is RurouniK95 saying, and thank you for watching my anime review. I'm glad you liked it. I hope you enjoyed it. See you soon and have a great day. This is RurouniK95 signing off, and thank you for watching my anime review on Call Me Tonight.